CHANGE2018. Hello, Will, and a very, very busy Lisa.
Yes.
Sorry, hello.
They're ticking things off her to-do list, House of Bread to-do list. Hello, Will and Lisa.
Hello, Jack.
Very, very unison there, very together.
That's
Right.
right.
We are going to be talking about the nature of addiction and mental health,
Yes.
how people come to us. Will had a conversation with a lady this week,
Yes.
and we often have, anybody at House of Bread will often have very similar conversations with people throughout the weeks, doing what we're doing. We often engage with people who have this opinion, but just give us a brief synopsis.
The lady sort of asked me, why don't people who she comes across who are clearly rough sleeping or vulnerably housed or on the street get jobs?
Which is a
fair enough question. And so I started to explain a little bit about what we experience and understand around mental health challenges and addictions within that mix. And what we were explaining is that an addiction is not like trying to give up chocolate for Lent or succeeding for that matter. An addiction is such an overwhelming feeling that even although you have a need to eat food, you will go and buy alcohol. It's difficult to get your head around it if you've not experienced an addiction.
For example, the one example I always use that Will has used in the past, this chap was saying how hungry he was, how hungry he was. Dad went with him to the post office to get his money, his benefits. The chap drew some money out, and instead of going and buying something to eat, just went straight into the betting shop and lost the £10
I couldn't even stop him going in. So it's about recognising that the reason people are where they are, and perhaps why people engage with us, there are significant reasons. There's no label with a plaster saying I have mental health.
No.
We're not talking about sadness, we're talking about depression, and we're talking about anxiety so debilitating you cannot function in a normal world.
Another change coming up is how people's priorities change and how their views on what's necessary for their lives change as they go through different phases of addiction, mental health. Because everybody has mental health. It's whether it's good or bad, I guess, I suppose.
Yeah. When it becomes debilitating, it impacts on your life in so many ways. You become difficult to employ if you're employed by somebody. It becomes difficult to manage your life, personal relationships. And those are the things that start breaking down and lead to the drug addiction or the alcohol, which ultimately leads to finding yourself on the street.
And it could be the other way around. It could be the addiction that leads to the mental health issue.
Yeah.
As we were saying, looking at people's lives in a different way, that lady was talking about a gentleman with a dog, then she did realise that the dog was his company. So, he's buying dog food instead of food for himself, but that dog is his only companion. And again, it's something different to people who aren't in that situation. If you have a dog, if you have a pet, yes, they are, great. Pets are absolutely wonderful. They're your companion. They're great. You can go out for walks with them. You can talk to them, whatever. But you might have somebody to come home to and have an actual conversation with, where they might be able to respond more than just a or a if you have a snake. But for those people, that's their only form of communication.
We've been talking recently in the mailer, haven't we, about social isolation, the issue around the hob line, which is primarily to address that, isn't it? It's people who are living separately and on their own, even although sometimes they're in a crowd or they've got neighbours. Social isolation is extremely destructive on your mental health state. But also people they get caught up in the nobody cares about me, so I'm not going to engage, so you still don't like me, so I'm going to withdraw. And social
isolation isn't only for people who are low incomed, or it can be somebody with a lot of money can be socially isolated. So all these reasons, all shoved into one, are why people turn up to House of Bread. In some cases, there's various reasons. You helping us change 2018 is what is going to help these people change in 2018, hopefully.
What's our mantra for volunteers? All about quality.
Quality, not quantity.
It's so true.
In terms of supporting House of Bread, whether it be literal change, your change, or whether it be coming along and donating your time, or whether it's donating items, all that will go towards changing people's lives in 2018, and that's what these videos are all about.
Fantastic.
Thank you very much, Will and Lisa.
Right.
Thank you. You're welcome.
I hope people have got a sense of the challenge here. It's never going to be easy, but if we don't change, nothing's going to happen.
And like we said, it's not always restricted to people on low incomes.
No,
so even if everybody does get £1 million each in the miraculous economy changes and everybody becomes very wealthy, there will still be people who are vulnerable mental health wise and all sorts. So it's really, really important. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to check out Hob News, which is where you get all the latest ongoings and all the news, views, reviews and all sorts about what we're doing, what chaos is going on. A lot more chaos, those videos, so do check that out over on YouTube after this video. Yes, that's us for this week. We will see you next time. Goodbye.
Goodbye.